This is Story Recapped. Today, I'm going to explain a drama, fantasy, and horror film called Lamb. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. A growling entity slowly approaches a herd of horses. Upon seeing its presence, the horses hurry out of its path. The entity reaches a barn full of sheep, where the animals cower in fear of what's in the darkness. Suddenly, a bell rings from the radio nearby, and one side of the barn opens, allowing some of the sheep to exit. One sheep walks to the middle of the barn and collapses. In the house nearby, Maria watches the blizzard through the window as she's preparing dinner. She fails to notice the mysterious entity watching her from the other side of the window. The following morning, Maria's husband, Ingvar, cleans the barn and feeds the sheep. Later, the couple helps a sheep give birth to its lambs. During lunch, Ingvar reads an article about time travel, but he believes in being in the moment rather than hurrying to the future. Still, Maria ponders over being able to go back in time. That evening, Maria checks on the sheep again and finds one that seems agitated. She checks the sheep's belly and notices that it's pregnant, though she feels something strange about its belly. The next day, the couple tags the newborn lambs and cuts part of their ears. They then discuss their farm's condition, noting that the years have been improving. Maria mentions that their tractor is making noise, so Ingvar plans to fix it. Suddenly, their dog barks, bringing their attention to the pregnant sheep. They help the sheep give birth and are stunned when the lamb comes out. Maria holds the lamb in her arms and brings it back home. Maria keeps the lamb, whom they've named Ada, at home and feeds her using a bottle. They keep her in a basin next to their bed. The following day, Ingvar retrieves an old crib from the barn and sets it up to be Ada's bed. Maria heads to the barn and notices Ada's mother bleeding at her, but she ignores it. Maria treats the new lamb like a baby, cradling it and singing it to sleep. After watching his wife care for the animal, Ingvar drives their tractor across the field, but stops and weeps as he's overwhelmed with emotion. Days later, Maria wakes up to Ada watching them from the crib like a toddler. When he's fixing the tractor, their dog approaches Ingvar, hoping to play fetch. After Ingvar throws the stick, the dog returns, whining as if afraid of something outside. Meanwhile, Maria hears bleeding outside their house and finds Ada's mother calling its lamb through the window. Maria and Ingvar herd the sheep away. However, it returns and bleats outside while they're watching TV. Tired of the noise, Maria locks their windows to muffle the sound. One day, Maria heads to the field while Ingvar watches over the lamb. After putting her to sleep on the couch, Ingvar goes to the shed but fails to close the door. The couple returns home at the same time and finds Ada missing. They search throughout the house, but she's nowhere to be found. The couple splits up and searches outside. Ingvar checks the river while Maria searches in the field. Both wife and husband grow desperate as they struggle to find their lamb through the fog. After a long while, they finally track down Ada with her mother. Maria takes the lamb, revealing her human-like body, before Ingvar wraps Ada with his coat. The mother chases after them as they take her lamb back to the house. Angered, Maria yells for the sheep to go away. The couple watches their humanoid lamb in her crib at home, happy that she's safe. One day, Maria plays with Ada in the field and creates a flower crown for her. On the nearby road, a group of people park their car and carry a man out of their trunk. They then throw him and his cell phone on the side of the road before leaving. That evening, Maria has a strange dream about sheep with glowing eyes. She wakes up to the sound of bleeding, so she checks outside and finds Ada's mother back. She takes a rifle from their shed and shoots the sheep. She then takes its body and buries it in the field. Afterward, she heads back inside, not noticing the abandoned man hiding nearby. The following day, the man sleeps on the couch in the barn, but is woken up by the tractor. He catches a glimpse of a strange creature in the barn, but it disappears when he looks again. The man walks outside and greets Ingvar, who invites him for breakfast. Maria is happy to see Ingvar's brother, Peter. He makes small talk with Maria, but is disturbed when he overhears Ingvar calling Ada. The humanoid lamb walks in the kitchen, but is scared of the guest, who's just as confused to see the creature. The couple acts as if everything is normal, while Peter is visibly bothered by the strange hybrid sitting with them at the table. While Ingvar is painting the house, Peter checks the bathroom where Maria is bathing with Ada. Finally, Peter questions his brother about what's going on, and Ingvar simply answers that it's happiness. At night, Maria has Ada greet Peter goodnight, though both of them are still skeptical of each other. When they're alone, Peter tries to talk about the situation with his brother again, but Ingvar insists that there's nothing to talk about. Ingvar offers Peter to stay with them, as long as he doesn't interfere with their family. While in bed, Maria wonders why Peter visited. Ingvar isn't sure, but they deduce that Peter needs to get away from people he owes money from. Maria worries about Peter's stay in their home. The next day, Peter helps the couple harvest their crops. During this, Ada watches her reflection in the river with their dog close by. Ada approaches the dog, but it whimpers. When Ingvar calls them, the dog hurriedly goes to him. Ingvar joins Ada by the river while Maria prepares coffee for them. Peter caresses her face and comments on how she left the bathroom door open during her bath, insinuating that she wanted him to see her. When Maria accuses him of acting childish, Peter argues that they're the ones playing house with an animal. The family's dog whimpers in the barn one day, sensing something. Meanwhile, Ingvar asks Peter to help them clean out the shed. During this, Peter finds an old drum set and happily plays it. Ada watches him play and awkwardly dances to the beat. Later, Peter teasingly feeds Ada some grass. Ingvar finds them and scolds his brother. The next day, while the couple is asleep, Peter takes Ada out for a walk while carrying a rifle. The two head to the field away from the house, and Peter aims the gun at the creature. Moments later, Maria wakes up and immediately worries upon finding Ada's bed empty. She searches for her in the house until she finds her asleep in Peter's arms in the living room. One morning, Maria visits the grave of her real deceased daughter, Ada, with the new Ada waiting for her. While reading a story to put Ada to sleep, Ingvar remembers when he searched for the deceased Ada. As days go by, Peter becomes attached to Ada as well. He brings her with him to drive the tractor around the field, giving the couple some time alone in their house. Peter then takes Ada on a boat ride while fishing in the nearby lake. While heading back to the house, the tractor breaks, so the two end up walking the rest of the way. When they return, Peter tells Ingvar that the tractor broke and gets angry when Ingvar assumes he didn't check the oil. After dinner, the adults enjoy some drinks while watching sports on TV. After the game bummed everyone out, Maria loads a tape into the TV and plays a music video from Peter's days as a singer. Maria dances with Ada to the music, while Peter copies himself from the video. Peter joins in the dance, but Ada eventually pulls away and heads out. Outside, Ada finds the dog growling at something. Ada stares at the creature before them, then runs away when the dog goes after it. Ada hides in the shed and stares at her reflection in the mirror, pondering over her existence. In the house, Ingvar accidentally falls while trying to swat a ball, so Peter carries him to bed. Ada soon joins her father in bed. As she falls asleep, Ada stares at a photo of a herd of sheep in the bedroom. Peter joins Maria in the kitchen and holds her hand, but Maria casually pulls away. Still, he tempts her and tries to touch her, much to the woman's frustration. Peter then asks her if Ada knows Maria killed her biological mother. Maria freezes, realizing that Peter intends to blackmail her. To keep him quiet, Maria kisses him, then pushes him into the closet and locks him inside. Peter continuously yells for her to let him out, so Maria plays the piano to drown out his voice. Soon, Peter goes quiet, so Maria heads down to check. She finds the back door open, but sees nothing unusual around the house. Before Ingvar and Ada wake up, Maria collects Peter and tells him to meet her in the car. She then takes a heavy bag and drives Peter to the main road. When Ingvar and Ada wake up, they don't find the two in the house, so they have breakfast by themselves instead. Maria drops Peter off, and he accepts her decision, realizing his awful behavior towards her and her family. He gets on a bus and leaves. Before leaving the house, Ingvar calls for their dog, but it doesn't come to him. He walks with Ada back to where Peter left the tractor while teaching her how to find her way home. Ingvar attempts to fix the tractor, but it won't start. Unbeknownst to the family, their dog has been killed. When Maria arrives home, she finds the house empty. While searching for her husband and daughter, she hears a gunshot, so she runs to the sound. Ingvar is shot in the neck with his own rifle by a humanoid ram. Ada looks confused as her father collapses to the ground. She rests her head on his chest as Ingvar bleeds. Ingvar holds onto the lamb as the creature takes her away, but he's too weak to stop him. Ada mournfully turns to the father she'd known as she leaves with the creature. Finally, Maria finds Ingvar and cradles him in her arms. She screams in anguish as her husband passes away. With Ada nowhere in sight, Maria is entirely alone.
This is all for Story Recap for today. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Tell us in the comments if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Watch other of our videos showing on the screen and leave a like because it helps the channel. And I would see you in the next video. Goodbye.